Hey everybody, Bo here. In this video I am going to review and install this hardwire backup camera. It is a Father's Day gift to myself that's going to make my life a lot easier, and I'm hoping it might be a good idea for you to use as a backup camera, or there's other things you could probably use this for as a monitor. I want to be able to keep an eye on the hitch and also be able to use it as a backup camera as well. I'm going to wire it so it stays on all the time. You can also wire it so it only works with the reverse, but I want it on all the time. I may put a switch on it, so stay tuned and check it out. Alright, so I like this little monitor. It's got a little sunshade on it. I'm not sure where I'm going to mount it yet. I may put it in the middle of the dash on top or up high, I don't know. But it is nice and light, so I think if you stuck it to anything it'll stay on there without coming off. So this is from a company called Do Honest. These range from anywhere from 36 to 45 for a wired system, and he will send you a window mount if you request it. So let's see what comes in here. So there's instructions, the monitor, got a little plug in. Alright, so here's the camera. So this will go on a license plate. And since my license plate's on the flip up, I would have to wire it through and down, and I don't want to do that. So I think I'm gonna put it right here, which I think would work out perfect. And then I'm gonna wire it underneath to the front to the ignition, so that when the ignition's on, the backup camera comes on. I have my running lights the same way. So you get this little camera. Can't tell what this is. Might be a fuse. Little plug-in. So that's nice. The monitor. Okay, so this is a nice little plug-in, so you can just put it in your cigarette lighter, turn it on and off. I mean, that's another option, which, you know, I may end up doing. I don't know. I'd have to get a double cigarette lighter, and they make some really cool ones. But I do like the fact it has a switch, so you could turn it on and off when you want it. Because I don't really like everything coming on when you turn on your ignition. And let's see, looks like quite a bit of wire. The person that's selling these says if you need anything, let him know and he'll send stuff to you. A lot of it free of charge. So this looks like the mount, which is kind of nice because you can take it out if you need to, like that. And let's see, got some tie-in clips, which is nice because then you just wrap it and makes your life a lot easier. Let's see what the hell this thing is. Looks like an adapter. Alright, there you have it. Looks like everything you need to put it in. So I'm going to get busy and mount this. Get the wire all the way up front. And then decide where I'm going to put this. So stay tuned and away we go. Alright, there's a few different ways to wire this thing up. So this, where you see the red and the black, coming off of this, This is your power source, and this can go to that camera or it can go to the monitor, either way you want to plug it in. So number one way, if you can plug this into the camera, take this, put it into your reverse lights, and when you put the vehicle in reverse, your backup camera monitor will light up and power on and will do that. Okay, the other way is, instead of this part being in the back, this goes to the front. So the other end, which is just a single black, this goes to the camera. This is how I'm going to do it. And then you run it all the way, you can run it inside or you can run it outside. I'm going to run it underneath because it's just easier, and that's how I did the hitch wiring. So then you run this all the way up to the front, and you run it to your engine compartment, okay, and then you hook up the power, negative, and then the red to the positive. This goes to the camera, or I'm sorry, to the monitor, which will be on your dash or it could be on your window. We're going to figure that part out when we get up there. And you can just hook it up to your ignition switch or ignition fuse, so that when you have the vehicle running, it'll come on. I like this system because it's one power, the whole thing. So you can hook it in the back, you can hook it in the front, or they give you this little adapter. And so how this works is the adapter, you plug in the plug to the cigarette lighter, boom, and then this, you wire it in like that, and there's two little screws, so you have to look on here which is positive, which is negative. You wire it in, and then you can just put it in your cigarette lighter and you have a switch. So I am going to do straight to the ignition switch. I really want to put it on a switch. I may change my mind later, but right now I'm going to hook it up to the ignition switch, so when the car's running, the backup light's always on. That way I can always, it'll be just another rear view mirror as far as I'm concerned. You can never have too many safety items as far as I'm concerned. So it'll be nice to be able to look at that, have an unobstructed view on this monitor. And I do like the monitor because it does have some buttons on the back for brightness and all that stuff. So away we go. 3 different ways. Again, this part in the back, and this going to the camera. Hook it up to your reverse lights, and when you put it in reverse, this monitor and that camera will light up. The other way is to turn it around, put the other end back here, black end to that black end, and then run this all the way up to the front, and one end to the camera, and then this to the power source, and again to your ignition fuse. So let's get this party started. So since I wired this in, I have wire going all the way to the front, so my plan is I'm gonna just follow that, wrap it around that, and take it all the way up to the front. So for this, I am just gonna go like this, and then it is plugged in. So on this plug that you plug in, there's a little groove, so you really can't get it wrong, and so it's in there. So what I like to do is I like to put a little electrical tape on it, especially since I'm putting it under the car. Even if I weren't putting it under the car, I think I would just put a piece of tape on there just so that it doesn't vibrate loose. Alrighty, so we are going to go under. Oh, and then also this little loop here, if you want to put this camera on the front, you can put two cameras on it. You just cut that and it makes the camera look forward, where this, it reverses everything so you can read everything. That's what I'm assuming, what they meant by that. And also what I'm going to do here is I will zip tie this back here. Wish I could have fit through here, but the plug will not fit through, so I'll just put another zip tie and we'll be good to go. Alright, so what I did was took a coat hanger as a fish line and running that down to underneath. So I will hook up that line and pull it on up. Alright, so I'm all the way up front. So I want to make sure that it's tight, and then I will zip tie it in here somewhere. So this goes to the monitor and this goes to the power. So I have some running lights hooked up right here and the ground here. So I think I'm just gonna tap into these guys. Now again, this camera and that monitor uses like, I forget what it was, 800 mega amps. So it's like very, very little ampage. So it's not gonna be that much of a drain on your battery. So here we go, it's starting to rain. So to keep things easy for me, since I already have these running lights, I put LED running lights in the front. I'm going to just tap right in and tape this back up. Now there's, a little bit of extra wire. I don't, you can cut it to size if you want. I prefer not to, just because I'll tape it up or whatever. But the other thing is, this has to go inside, so there's a little porthole. I'm going to run this through and fish it out, and this will go up to the camera, and then I'll see how much length I have. I may have to add to this, which I don't like doing, but if I have to, I will. Alright, there's a little porthole where the wires go through, so I got a fish line to go through there. Now I'm going to tape this to the fish line and then fish it back in. Alright, so I got a bunch of extra wire here. I have zip tied it And then I am gonna zip this to a bracket. That way it stays tight underneath. And that way if I do need any extra wire later on, if I want to move it or who the hell knows what, or if I'm going to take it out and put it in a different vehicle, any of those things are possible. So zip tie it out of the way, and there it is. Alright, so that's the black wire goes to the video camera. So still haven't decided how I'm going to do this. I could ground it right here. Man, it'd be just so easy, but it just doesn't reach. I could tap in right here, but I hate cutting the wire. So I may have to run a jumper. There you have it. So I'm going to put this onto the ground, make sure that it's all in here so it's neat, and then I'm going to jump this down to there and tie it in. There you have it. Alright, voila. So it looks like we are in business. So mounted it here. I'll tell you what, that's on there pretty damn good. And I guess I can finally take this off. Yay! Now it's a clean screen. So can't wait to adjust the camera down a little bit. Alright, so got it mounted in the middle of the dashboard. It's so light that when you put those mounts on, it's really sturdy. See if I can bring the camera in. Okay, see now you can see my hitch. Of course you can see my messed up garage with crap there, but those are garages for you. But so I got to point it on the hitch, and that's going to really make backing up so much better. Alright, so there's the camera with self-tapping screws into my bumper. It's perfect because I can keep an eye on the ball, and hooking up is going to be a lot easier. It's got some LED lights on the outside of them, and you can see those little dots. So when the light's real low, those things light up. So the night vision's really good. Alright, one job down. What's next, huh? So while I was getting that all done, guess who came? Amazon. I'm always ordering stuff because I get stuff in shape for the summer. Alright, what do we got? Okay, we have a solar shower for the back of the camper, and sheets fasteners. It's one of our problems in the cargo trailer is every time you turn, the sheets go with you. So I got these straps that go from corner to corner, and that's going to solve that problem. I'll put the links down below, and I'm going to use this for my back sink, so it'll be you know, good for rinsing stuff off. We don't really take showers in the woods, but this will replace the jug, and there you have it. So hey, thanks for spending a little time with Bo and checking out this camera thing. I give a thumbs up. I like it. It's inexpensive. Like I said, around 40 bucks. Easy to wire in, you know, just give and take. I like doing it underneath. That way you don't have to worry about inside. Wires are hidden pretty good. It's nice and light. Uses very little electricity. So it's like 800 milliamp, something like that. I don't know, but it's very, very low. So Hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you could take the time. I'm going to put a couple of my images to give you a little bit of eye candy, and thanks for spending a little time with Bo. Till next time, see ya!